Hey guys, my name's David. On this episode, I'll be taking you through a garden update of the world's most diverse urban edible garden. So I counted all my varieties yesterday, and I thought I had over 250. Well, it turns out I have exactly 270 different edible varieties of plants in here. And out of those 270, I'd say over 250 of those are rare varieties, not just common things like this apple tree that's behind me. So most of them are very uncommon things. So let's start off. I'm in my front yard here. We'll spin you around. Okay, so we've got black raspberry down here. Apple tree, not rare. This one is a new one I just added. I can't remember the name of it, but I do have the tag down here. Cardinal Candy, Linden Viburnum. I tried a viburnum brandy wine from my neighbor's yard, which is the cat poop berry. This is another not so uncommon one. This is the hazelnut, pyracantha. I've got dozens of different types of beans, as you can see here. The one I'm most interested for is this little one down here, which is a Japanese winged bean. So my runners are starting to go up the trellis here, which is nice. The only one with different leaves is this one, which is a black garbanzo. Everyone else here has kind of got normalish type leaves, and this one wasn't supposed to be this tall. It's already grabbing the trellis. You can see it's a nice purple bean pod. So yeah, a lot of interesting stuff here, and some cat has been getting in my yard, which is not my cat. So here we've got Josta berry just exploding with berries. We've got gooseberry down here. Also has some gooseberries left. I've been eating a lot of them. We've got a mint underneath there. Over here we've got Thai extra long bean, or not bean, squash, but they're just tiny plants right now. These ones are much bigger. I'm not going to go through all of these, but yeah, there's a lot of stuff. One of them actually got washed down. This one got washed down a hole here and popped out the outside, so now it's growing out here. So we'll see if that grows. All this stuff is doing really well. It's starting to set fruit or flowers on the inside. This big box is my potato box, which is just thriving. I put this black fabric around it and then ended up cutting it because it wasn't getting enough sun. But since it's on the inside, it's pulled in so much heat that this thing is just exploding in here. So I've been starting to fill it up with soil. The only thing, I have very few things that have not sprouted out of the 167 seeds, rare seeds that I bought from rareseeds.com, and this is one of them, the Yokohama, I think, melon squash. That one has not sprouted. Everything else here at least got one plant. And actually, I'm not sure about this one, the Queen's one up there, I'm not sure. So as you can see, I've set up soaker hoses, and throughout my yard, I'll do a whole video on watering because I have drip irrigation in some spots. Soaker hoses, these rubber ones, which I do need to cover with soil still, and then some of the flat soaker hoses. So I've learned basically everything there is about watering a garden, because last year I did sprinkler. The only thing I haven't tried is drip tape, but it's just too expensive in Canada, so I never end up buying any. So yeah, this stuff's here all exploded. This is the Red Roselle, I think. What is this? Red something or other. So this is buckwheat. This is all buckwheat here, red rose buckwheat, which is a rare variety. We've got all sorts of stuff going on here. This is the only one of these boxes here that's not planted in a 4 section, but this is planted in like 8 rows, 7 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So carrots on the end here. I think these are black carrots and some other cosmic carrot, something like that. This patch here is where a cat got in my yard and started digging. So it basically killed all the seedlings at that point. And yeah, all this stuff is coming in nicely. I put another tayberry in just because they're so delicious. We've got a fig tree here with multiple figs on it. Before we head into the backyard, we're going to finish up the front yard on the other side here. So over here now, so we've got chocolate vine, we got porcelain berry, which is doubled in size, honeyberry, woodtech, moon blue, or something else. My tayberry, you can see, has lots and lots of tay berries. I think it got too hot and I didn't have quite enough water to it because I'm doing drip. So I'm still figuring out how much water everything really needs. But this had 3 times the amount of berries, maybe even more, than what's on here right now. I've just been eating them like crazy. This year I didn't plant. I'm really hoping. I had a melon last year that I planted called Swan Lake melon. And I produced 1 small melon and I waited too long and it got overripe, and then I couldn't film it for my main channel. I didn't even try to eat it, and I didn't capture the seeds because I was frustrated. So I threw it on the dirt. I was so frustrated because it got soft. And I'm really hoping that the seeds sprouted, and that's what this is. It is providing some shade. So I actually have rows in here, like here, 1, 2. I have 1 right through the middle of this, of all peppers. And the weeds have come up. This is just a really hard spot to work with. So I don't know, we'll see if some peppers come up here. Maybe there's some growing underneath here because it seems the peppers really do need shade. Oh, if someone knows what that is, there's a little bud there. I have no idea. Hopefully it's a Swan Lake melon. So I do have 1 pepper growing here, this row, but there's 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 rows there that just there's nothing. That's a weed that needs to be pulled. So I do have 1 rare melon back. Oh, there's 2. There's 2 rare melons there. I'm growing a honey boat back there, which has not come up, so that might not happen. We'll see. Some peppers, some purple jalapeno. These here, no spoiler alert. These are purple. I don't think this one's actually ready. I think almost. These are purple snap peas. Well, this is nasty weed that needs to go. We got eggplant. So white eggplant here. The Ozard egg. Whole bunch of other stuff in here. Too much to list. We got bitter melon. We got white bitter melon. I don't know if this stuff's gonna grow. I mean, it's coming up. Typically bitter melon grows in a tropical environment. We've got 2 male and female elderberry. This is a winter sun mahonia. You can see here, I got a whole bunch of. This is a cross between I don't know, it's 2 different types, mahonia and something else. Here's a white blackberry, which is just going crazy. Tons and tons of berries on this. I got this strung up because this thing was falling over to my tree here. So this here is a plum tree, and this whole branch here is dead, as you can see the mushrooms on it. That's all dead. The left side though survived. So I actually need to tie this up to my fence. But over here you can see I got plums on here. We'll see if these fully develop or not, but those little green caterpillars have been trying their best to kill it. So one of the few things that's not edible in this yard is this lilac, double bloom lilac. I don't think there's anything edible on that. I actually haven't checked. This is a flowering quince, which is edible. This is a whole bunch of grass behind windows, which I don't know if that's edible. Here we've got grape from my neighbor. These are all grape stalks. These are really hard to root, like exceptionally hard to root. So if you have any tips in the comments, I'd greatly appreciate it. So I've tried putting these in the dirt and they don't root. I've tried leaving them in the water for months and they just barely start to, get little white dots like they want to root, but they're still not rooting. So they do stay alive in the water, but I mean, if you have tips on how to make those root, I'd greatly appreciate it. Over here we've got raspberries. This is all raspberries with a few blackberries that just refuse to stop growing. But here we actually have a rare one, which, oh, look at that. That's just falling off. That needs to be eaten today. These are all golden raspberries. Very tasty. We've got a jerk up here making a lot of noise. There he is. Here, this is like the most buttery, delicious kale on this planet. It's called 1,000 Head Kale. It's so good. Spoiler alert. We got tennis ball lettuce. So I got soaker hoses in here just because if things overheat and they do a water cutoff in the city, then I won't be allowed to water my garden anymore. So if I have a sprinkler going, people might complain, but if soaker hose, people won't know the difference. They won't care. So, and it's a whole complicated issue just because it's for my business. So, what else we got here? We got tongho. That needs to be harvested. Oh, we got tatsoi, we got golden purslane, radishes, Chinese red meat radish. What else we got here? This is the famberry, mix of a raspberry and a strawberry. Absolutely delicious. I just did an episode of that on Unusual Foods. It's not uploaded yet, but this is dockroot, which is impossible to cut out where it is. Here, what else we got here? the Aurora multicolor, purple bok choy, whole bunch of stuff. I got pawpaw, I got blue Java bananas, I got red Aurora, I've got plantain there, I've got red celery down here. I just planted all these snap peas, sugar daddies, sugar and super sugar daddy. What else we got? This is a mystery. Don't know what this is. Just came up. We'll find out. Underneath it, we got the sorrel, red vein sorrel. Tastes like lemon. We also have sheep sorrel. This here, one of my favorite plants in the entire garden. This thing here, sheep sorrel. It tastes like sour raspberries. And there's also another one my neighbor has, which I'll get eventually here after it finishes flowering, which is wood sorrel, which tastes like lime. Parsley, rhubarb, a rare corn variety. We've got pineapple, we'll just go over here. Pineapple mint. Well, that's golden sage. Sorry, pineapple mint's on my deck. And we got golden oregano here. We've got a rare variety of huckleberry, and then we got Chilean guava, and another huckleberry, different variety. Hot cherry peppers. We've got this one here, really cool, black pepper. This is a black pearl. Well, this one here is, I forget the name of this. I just looked it up yesterday. It's Italian lettuce from last year. It never properly grew, and then one plant out of the entire thing grew this year, just from the stuff last year. It just kept on growing. It was just the tiniest little plant. Yeah, pretty interesting. Gonna try that today, because you basically just eat this like it's kale, but it's a kind of I guess the taste is a mix of kale and broccoli. Lots of stuff growing here. So much purslane. If you don't know what purslane is, it's this stuff. It's edible. It's actually really tasty, especially like since I don't eat meat. This is a really chunky, chewy kind of plant that tastes like you're kind of eating meat. So I got some other random stuff growing in here. It's kind of hard to tell which one's which, because I don't even know what a lot of these look like. This is a weed for sure, though. This can come out. And that's a terrible job picking that weed, but Gumi Berry. Another Gumi Berry. This one lost all its flowers. This one I was able to taste, but the taste wasn't very matured, so sadly. What does that look like to you? Some sort of poop or something with a bunch of cherry seeds in it? I'm wondering if something got in my yard here. Peach tree. Okay, so the biggest changes, I'm really wondering what that poop is now, because it looks like some sort of dog poop or something, but I've locked this place off like Fort Knox, so deer don't get in, and cats. This here, a fig leaf gourd. We've got a giant, I don't know if this is a weed or not. I've been leaving it because I have a rare variety of beet that grows here. And Camarillo, we got a Wonderberry. So all this here, just give you a wide shot so you can see the whole area. Okay, so I started trellising stuff. This is all corn, 14 different types of rare varieties. Everything from Bloody Butcher to whatever, white corn, blue corn, a mini pink right here. Every row is different. I planted 4 seeds in each hole, and it seems every single one is sprouted, aside from like one on the end. So I may have to thin these out. We'll see if they all grow clumped like that. We got a goji behind me here, Goji Berry, and we have another chocolate vine. This one was fruiting, which these things only fruit like once every 7 years, and then it lost all its fruit. So I don't know if there's, like, my apple tree seems to have not very many apples either. So I'm not sure what the deal is with all the, it was just too hot and not enough pollinators. I don't know what it is. This is a multi-graft fruit tree, fruit salad tree. There's each tag here, you can see something different. So plum, peach, pear, apricot, nectarine, etc. You can even see here, I've already eaten all the cherries off this thing. There was only like 5 or 6. But here I've got some nice peaches growing. Another peach there. And it doesn't seem to have much other fruit. 5, looks like I got 5 cherries and 2 peaches off that tree this year. First year fruiting. Here is all my cucumbers. These are all rare varieties. I've got Gagon, red cucumber. I've got like white cucumbers, sikkim, just all sorts of stuff. And they're all planted in rows this way. So one variety, 2, 3, 4, 5. This still needs some more sticks in here. And then I'll put it, see I have a couple, like one lower here so it can grab this and then it can come up. But I need to tie this all in and stuff. Over here we got some peppers. We've got some rare okra, some more tomatoes. And then here, this one's really cool. Check this out. This one's ahead of everyone else. Hopefully you can see in there. These are black tomatoes. They're getting big. Very cool. We've got another golden raspberry here, which really should go in the ground. If you're wondering, you can't grow raspberries in pots. They'll never produce fruit. Just a heads up. Here's Stevia. Look at this beauty here. This is a Cuban oregano. And like, look how thick and spongy these leaves are. It's such a weird thing to eat. Here we've got another trellis I put together. I get all this stuff from the hardware store for free. I don't pay for any of this. And like this one here was too big, so I actually just stuck it up on my J-bar on my vehicle and just strapped it down. Nobody wanted to drive behind me, but you know, it worked out fine. So in here we've got rare watermelons. We've got a white watermelon, orange watermelon, orange flesh, white flesh, Maldives melon, whatever this one is, Boule the something or other melon. Most of these have sprouted. There's one here. Oh, this one has one plant. And maybe, oh, it's this one I don't think has one. So there's a couple things that haven't sprouted. And then this middle box looks like nothing's going on aside from a ton of purslane. This is a pepper box. So there's a pepper plant here, 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 here. So it looks like in there. So I have one of each. Like fish pepper, like I got all sorts here, but these peppers, I don't know, like I think they need a lot of shade when they're young because it's been scorching here and like it's taken forever. This is a pepper box as well. It's slightly further ahead. You can see one there and one there and there. And there's one in the corner. Like these pepper boxes are just getting annihilated. So I may have to put some cloth over it or something. And then over here we've got, so these are my kiwis. So this fruited, or it had a lot of flowers, and it was going to look like it was going to produce a ton of fruit, and then they all fell off. So pretty heartbroken about that. This one though, this is my Isaiah, and the Isaiah is producing fruit, as you can see there. So that's good. I had these last year. These were delicious. I was really looking forward to this because this should be a red kiwi, a red cold hardy kiwi. This one here is the male, if you're wondering, with the red tipped leaves. So I put the male between the two females. This one is self-fertile. But if you put it beside a male, it produces way more fruit. And this is just a female. So this one is at least exploding with growth. It's finally, it's like, yeah, it just touched the top, which is great. And then over here, I've got 4 different types of blueberries. There's 3 in here. And then this one's a pink one. Last year, it ended up producing blue blueberries. So hopefully it actually produces pink this year. On my deck, so you can see it just watered. I got my drip set up here. So this is all garlic. This here is Wintergreen Berry. So you'll see in other episodes, but you can eat these and it tastes like wintergreen. It gives you the freshest breath ever. So this is basically kind of like, you know, when I go for a date, I'll eat one of these berries just before I go. It'll just give you a nice fresh breath. So I got strawberry mint here. I got pineapple mint. I've got, where's it here? This one's chocolate mint. This box is, I agree, is, you know, some people, you probably point out it's a mess. It's a mess. I got rosemary, I got sage, and other stuff in here. So, and thyme. Over here, so I got strawberries. So I've got native strawberry. I've got just, well, I've got here, you can see the tag on this one, the pine berry. Oh, actually, there's one in here. So hopefully you can see that. There you go. What's interesting about this is you can see this is a white strawberry with white seeds. But then this one here is a white strawberry with red seeds. So I've got to look this up because they actually taste different. I filmed this episode here, but my my audio pack died. So I'm going to see if I can get my hands on another one. I think my neighbor has a couple of these berries. And I have one here to taste them. But these white ones with the white seeds actually have more of a pineapple flavor to them. Like a lot more. So that's basically it here. And I got 2 more strawberries back there. I've got an alpine. And then a regular, and like everbearing, and then a local strawberry. And I also have a local blackberry at the front, which I didn't cover. So all this space down here, all this, Just trying to clear it out because it's not easy to get all my drip lines in here, so it's better just to kind of consolidate everything into one side so I can easily water it. And then I'm going to turn all this area, I can enclose it with some mesh and turn this into a catio. So I'll put a mesh across there and a couple boards and frame it in a bit, and then I can put mesh on it, and then my cats can come out here and enjoy an outdoor space without the kind of the fear of getting eaten by a cougar, because there's cougars right across the street from where I live here. So and I don't know, like, there's always bears and stuff running around here. I mean, there's a bear running through, like, so one of my friends on Facebook has have a bear run through their yard like just this morning. So yeah, I think that basically does it. Do I have anything else? So if you have any questions about my yard, I do realize that it is a mess right now. It has been a mess for a while. Like, I got lumber all over because I'm building all this stuff. I got buckets here that should be picked up. What comes down to it, I just prioritize what needs to be done first. And so trellising comes first, cleanup comes second. But if you have any questions about anything else, also I have an aloe plant, which is on the other side. I didn't show you, but that should cap it off. Yeah, if you have any questions, leave in the comments down below. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. Be sure to subscribe, and until next one, have a great day.